There is a specific slice of the population that acts as a psychological bridge between two human eras. If you were born between 1976 and 1985, you belong to a microgeneration that sociologists call Xennials. You are the last gatekeepers of the analog world. You remember the profound silence of a house before the internet arrived to fill every empty second. Yet, you reached adulthood just as the digital revolution reset the rules of reality. Today, we explore the unique psychology of the hybrid mind, the generation that knows both worlds. Psychologically, your childhood was built on the foundation of boredom. In the 80s and early 90s, boredom was not something to be escaped with a swipe. It was a fertile space for creativity. You learned the cognitive art of waiting. Waiting for a song on the radio, waiting for a friend at a street corner, or waiting for a film to be developed. This created a high level of psychological resilience. You don't panic when things are slow because your brain was wired for patience. Perhaps most importantly, your childhood mistakes were written in the sand, not etched into a digital cloud. You grew up with the privilege of being forgotten, a luxury of privacy that no generation will ever know again. Around your 20th birthday, the world shifted. Suddenly, you were learning a new language, digital. Because your brain was still in a window of high plasticity, you adapted with an ease that older generations envied. You possess what we call digital bilingualism. You can navigate complex software, but you still remember how to navigate the world without a GPS. However, this transition wasn't without its scars. Many Xennials entered the workforce during the Great Recession of 2008. While you were supposed to be building your foundation, the floor was pulled out from under you. This created a specific psychological grit, a mixture of Gen X skepticism and millennial hustle. You learned that stability is an illusion, making you one of the most adaptable generations in history. You're the rare group that values the face-to-face handshake as much as the high-speed connection. One of the most profound psychological traits of a Xennial is your relationship with privacy. You lived your most formative, embarrassing, and experimental years in total digital darkness. There is no high-definition footage of your awkward middle school phases. For you, the past is a collection of stories and feelings, not a searchable database of evidence. This creates a sense of internal freedom. You aren't constantly performing for an invisible audience. However, as the world moved online, Xennials developed a scanning mindset. You are the generation that values the off button. You're more likely to put your phone face down during a dinner conversation. You carry a ghost of a quieter world inside you, which makes you the ultimate critics of the attention economy. You know exactly what has been lost in the noise. So, where does this leave you today? In a world that is increasingly polarized and hyperconnected, the Xennial mind is more valuable than ever. You are the diplomats. You can speak the language of the older executives who value tradition, and you can speak the language of the Gen Z innovators who value disruption. You are the only ones who can truly compare the before and the after. This gives you a unique form of wisdom, the ability to hold two opposing truths at once. You know that technology is a miracle, but you also know it is a cage. You know that connection is vital, but you also know that solitude is sacred.